Hello, my fellow humans. Today we're going to be going over one of my favorite chess games of the week. But first, you may be wondering why I have this giant picture of me and Grandmaster Hans Niemann right here. Well, I changed my profile picture on chess.com to this picture. I met him at my first chess tournament where I went undefeated in the unrated section because I'm not rated FIDE, and I went undefeated. It was a great tournament. Hans Niemann was there. It was chess for kids in Central Park, New York City. It was great. Grandmaster Yuri was there. I got to play Yuri in a blitz match. I was winning in that match. However, he is a grandmaster and I'm a pleb, so he definitely outplayed me very easily. Come on, let's be honest. He'd beat me without a queen. Okay, so moving forward, I changed this profile picture, and now everyone's been trying their hardest to beat me. I've lost more than I've ever lost before. But this is a brilliant game that I have here to show y'all today, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Starts with e4, e5, knight f3, and my opponent goes out of nowhere and puts his queen out early. So this is going to be explained in the mind of a 1500. I'm not going to use lines. I'm going to just speak from my memory. And we're not going to go over too much computer lines, but a couple. So I want to play my knight here. I think if I attack his queen, good things will happen. That's what happens in this elo. If you attack your opponent's queen, your opponent is going to mess up. You know, that's just how it goes. So he plays his pawn to c6, stopping my knight from going here, obviously, right? But the computer already says it's a bad move and I have advantage, and now we're going to go over why. So you're supposed to play here in this position, d4. If your opponent takes, you do not immediately take back with the knight. First, you play the intermezzo, bishop g5. And after bishop g5, let's say he plays queen d6, you take back, you have three pieces, he has a queen, equal material, but not equal position. So if you ever see this in your game, please punish your opponent, play d4. Okay, moving forward, I did not play d4. I instead played a3, the pleb move, but I don't want his bishop to stop my knight because I want my knight there desperately. I would love to attack his queen. I'd love to fork his king and his rook. I'd love for these things to happen. So we're trying to make it happen. He plays his pawn to h6, seeing that my bishop can go on g5 in the future. So then I can finish. I'm just trying to finish development and castle. He's trying to do the same. He puts his knight in front of his bishop. That's a little weird. I don't know what that's all about, but he moves it the next turn, but he's a little slow. His king is in the center, and I want to take advantage of that. I'm castled. I would like to attack his king. So I play pawn d4 now. And now he doesn't take. Instead, he reinforces his pawn in e5. So then we just take it. He takes back with the knight. Computer would rather he take back with the pawn. You take back with a weaker piece. But taking back with the knight allows me to take back with my knight. Now we're going to go over another move here that the computer wanted me to do that I did not find. I played my bishop to e3. Computer wanted f4 here. And after f4, it says things are equal, but this is 1500. What's your opponent going to do? Probably take. And if he takes, you got bad things going here. You're attacking too hard. He's going to mess up no matter where he goes. You go here. Oh, you lost your queen. Whoa, how'd that happen? You go here. Whoa, you lose the pawn. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't have many great options. And if you don't take it, eventually you achieve f5, and that's also very good. So moving forward, I played my bishop out, wanting to finish development, and I moved my queen out. Take note that his king is still in the middle. I want to put my rook here instead of my queen, so I move my queen out the way. And it looks like we will get that, because he plays his knight on d7. What is wrong with this guy? He doesn't like his bishops. Blocks his bishop again. I get my rook in the file. He moves his knight forward. And in my head at this point, I'm like, okay, I do not want his king to move. I need to keep doing something to make his king stay in the middle. So I play pawn b4, attacking his knight. He moves his knight. And now I play pawn b5. I want to keep giving him things to think about at this point. His king is still in the middle. And, if he does take, well, now, I'm kind of getting what I wanted. I'm getting in there. This pawn's being threatened, with check. things are happening, and he can't stop all these threats. Already some poison in the position. So he attacks my queen in one move, which, can work in this elo. I'm, not too shocked by this move. So I just take my bishop. I take it with my bishop because my bishop wasn't doing much anyway, and I didn't sense that it was imperative to my attack. He takes back with the queen. Another mistake. The computer always likes it better when you take back with the weaker piece. Not always. Come on. Not always. Wow. Gotta watch myself there. So he takes back. I take that pawn, now leaving him with weak pawns. In my head, I'm like, I got a weak pawn. I want him to have a weak pawn. And if it's weaker, maybe I can still achieve my dream. His queen is still on this forkable square. It's not, the dream is not lost. But now my brain finds this idea where I want to line up my rook on his queen. I couldn't find it with the f4 move, but I find it now. Better late than never, right? That's what they say. Find it now. He attacks my queen in one move again. f3, it can be played here with no problem. He moves his bishop back, and this is where I find my brilliant move. I took a bit of time to find it. I'm going to give y'all a few more moments, and the move here is bishop b5 double x glam. Wow. Now, the proper move to do here is checking, making my king move over, and castling. And after castling, I have to take this pawn. He plays rook b8, and now I have to find the next move. And now this is why I said the brilliant move didn't necessarily give me the winning edge, but it was imperative in making my opponent blunder this game. So the next move I'm supposed to find is knight a4. My 1500 brain isn't finding that. This is a computer move. I don't know what I would play because we didn't have to get there, but it wasn't this. So instead of that happening, my opponent plays the move bishop b7. As you can see, the valuation bar is saying, whoa, you're winning, whoa, you're winning, because now we finally get to our dream. The knight is on d5. It finally made it. It's attacking his queen. It's threatening this fork. The pawn can't take because it's pinned. What do you do in this position? There's too many threats. My opponent is lost. And now the problem is you can't castle anymore. You can't just castle out of it like you could have earlier because your queen's being attacked. Now he finds the move, the bishop check. We play king h1, but the problem is you castled and we took your queen. We took your queen. And after that is a nice, easy cleanup. We close the file on his rook, push the pawn forward. We're just threatening stuff here. We got this battery. We're not too worried about that. We're going to move out the way. That was the idea anyway. He plays pawn g6. We put our queen on c4. Explosive. Ben Feingold. He doesn't realize we're threatening this pawn. We take the pawn. He moves his king forward. We move our bishop back, keeping the tension here. We want that pawn. He sees this, and I see it as well. But, I'm not worried because we're coming for your king. We're coming for your king. We're coming for your king. And this is where my opponent resigns because you just moved the bishop back, and it's checkmate. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the game. And, I hope you learned something from the mind of a 1500. Have a great day.